welcome to our channel Easy Tech. This is Rujna. The last session I had discussed about exception handling topic. This is the third session about exception handling topic. So in the last session I had discussed about single except block with single except block that can handle multiple different exceptions. So after that I completed default except block and various possible combinations of except blocks, and finally block. Then I started nested try except finally blocks also. Okay, so nested, what is nested? If one if condition present in another if condition, like that. Nested try except finally, one try block present in another try block, that is nothing but nested try. So one except block contains another except block, that is nothing but nested except, like this. This is the syntax of nested try except finally blocks. I already told about the syntax. Let's move on to some examples. What are there? If there is no exception in inner and outer blocks, there is no exception in inner and outer blocks. So let's see here an example program. Example for program. What is that? If there is no exception in inner and outer blocks. If there is no errors in inner and outer block. Okay, let's create try. In try, another try is there. In try, first of all, I am writing in try print outer try block. Outer try block. Outer try block. Next, in inner try, let's print inner try block. Inner try block. Let's except print so it is an inner try block, inner except block. Finally print finally block. Finally block. Finally block in try. Finally block in try. Inner except block in try. Let's take here except block in try. Okay. After that, it is about inner. It is our total try. After that, I am writing except block for except block. Let's take here print. It is outer except block. Outer except block. Okay. Try print inner try block in except block. Next, I am writing except block. In except block, this time I am writing print except block in except block in except. Okay, so after that, finally print finally block in except. After that, I'm writing a finally block for except, for try, except finally. In finally block, I'm writing print. Just I'm writing final block. Final block. Here I am not taking try except blocks in finally block. Okay. Here what it is that if there is no error in inner and outer blocks, there is no error. So outer, first of all, outer try block is executed. After that, inner try block is executed. There is no exception in inner try block. So the corresponding except block is not executed. So after that, finally block is executed. So the first statement 1. So it is the second statement. The third statement is not executed, but finally block is executed. That is nothing but 3. So there is no exception in try block. So there is no exception in try block. These corresponding except block is not executed. So but finally block is executed. So the answer is fourth one. Okay. Let's execute this. We got 4 statements. Yes. Outer. What are that? Outer try block, inner try block. Outer try block, inner try block. Finally block in try. Finally block in try. What are the fourth one? Finally block. Finally block is the answer. Let's see another example. So this is that if there is no error in inner and outer block. Let's see another example. If an exception occur in inner try block. If an exception occur in inner try block and corresponding except block is not matched and corresponding except block is matched. Except block is matched. Okay. If an error occur in, if there is an error in inner try block, and corresponding error is matched. Corresponding error is matched. Okay. So here I am removing this, all the data. Okay. Just, okay. This is outer block. Print 10 by 0. If the error is matched, means it is a 0 division error. Division error. So except block is matched. Okay. Let's see what is the answer. So if there is an error in inner try block, yes, there is an error in inner try block and corresponding error is matched. So the answer is outer try block and inner try block is also executed. After that, an exception came. So except block in try is also executed. After that, finally is also executed. So the second statement, third statement, this is fourth statement and fifth statement. Okay. So inner block exception raised. In inner try block exception is raised, automatically the exception is also handled. Okay. So there is no exception in outer try block. That's why except block is not executed. Outer except block is not executed. These 5 statements. Let's see here. Outer try block. Totally 5 statements are executed. What are that? Outer try block, inner try block. Outer, inner. Except block in try. Yes, except block in try. Next, finally block in try. Next, finally block. Okay. This is the second example. Let's move on to the next example. If an exception occur in inner try block and corresponding except block is not matched. Okay. If an exception occur in inner try block and corresponding error is not matched, then what will happen? For example, let's see here. It is a value error. value error. So outer try block is executed. Outer try block is executed. After that, inner try block is also executed. So here, what will happen? What will happen? Actually, these value error not solving. Automatically, it will move on to the except, outer except block. Outer except block. See here, outer except block is executed, and here finally block is also executed, and these finally block is also executed. How many statements are there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 5 statements are executed. Okay. Again 5 statements are executed. 3, 4. Let's see this. Okay. Let's see here. First of all, outer try block. Outer try block is executed. Inner try block is executed, but whenever an exception came in inner try block but corresponding value error is not matched, whenever it is not matched, it is considered as outer try block exception. Outer try block exception, it will came to the except block, outer except block. So before it will came to the except block, the finally block is executed, that is nothing but 3. Finally block in 3. Okay. After that outer except block is executed, outer except block, and finally except block is executed. Okay. Let's see next example. If exception occurs in outer try block, if exception occurs in outer try block and corresponding except block is matched, if an exception occur in outer try block and corresponding except block is matched. Okay. If an exception, if an error in outer, if an exception in outer try block and corresponding error is matched, means 10 by 0 is in outer block. 0 division error. Okay. So if there is an exception in outer try block and corresponding except block is matched. Okay. Here it is the first statement, it will executed outer try block. After that an exception came. Okay. After that an exception came. Automatically it will enter into the outer except block. It will not enter into the inner try block. So here the statements are not executed. This is the second statement and this is the third statement. Second statement, third statements. Only 3 statements are there. Let's see here. Outer try block, outer except block, outer finally block. So, but you have doubt. What are that? So, there are inner finally block is there. Why it's not executed? Why it's not executed? I already told one point. What is that? If control is not enter into the try block, if control is not enter into the try block, the corresponding finally block won't be executed. See here, in whenever the exception came in outer try block, it will not enter into the inner try block. Whenever it will not enter into the inner try block, it will not execute the inner finally block. Okay, understand all of you? Okay, let's see here. Next example. If an exception occur in outer block and corresponding except block is not matched. If an exception occur in outer try block and corresponding exception and corresponding error is not matched, what will happen? If I am writing here value error. Okay, value error. If an exception occur in outer try block and corresponding except block is not matched. If an exception occur in outer try block and corresponding except block is not matched. Let's see an example. if there is an exception in outer try block and corresponding error. So corresponding error is not matched. Corresponding except block is not matched. Okay. So here what there is an exception in outer try block. Let's write print 10 by 0. Print 10 by 0. So it is a outer block exception and corresponding error is not matched. Here I am writing value error. Value error. Okay, value error. So whenever an exception came in try block, automatically it will search for except block. So it is a zero division error. Either it will search for zero division error or arithmetic error or default except block. There is no default except block. There is no arithmetic error except block. There is no zero division error except block. So automatically program gets abnormal termination. Abnormal termination. So here, first of all, it will print. First of all, it will print first statement and second statement, it gets an exception. There is no corresponding except block is not matched. So, we get abnormal termination. Before we get abnormal termination, it will execute the finally block. Then answer is outer try block, finally block, zero division error with abnormal termination. This is about nested try except finally blocks. Okay. So there is an important point, that is nothing but once control entered into the try block, compulsory the corresponding finally block will be executed. If the control not enter into the try block, the corresponding finally block won't be executed. These are the main important points. Okay, in exception handling. Next one. Next concept. Else block with try except finally. Else block with try except finally. Actually, there is an else block with if else. What is if else concept? If condition is true, so if condition is false, then only else block will be executed. If given condition is false, then else block will be executed. So for else is there, while else is also there. What is the purpose of for else and while else? If loop executed without break statement, then only else will be executed. At the same time, while else also. If loop executed without break statement, then only while else is executed. So what is the purpose of else block with the try except finally block? We can use else block with try except finally blocks. If there is no exception in try block, then only else block will be executed. If it is an error in try block, then except block will be executed. If there is no error in try block, then else block is executed. There is no chance to execute except and else blocks at a time. Okay. This is the syntax of try except finally else block. Try risky code, except handle code will be executed if any exception inside try block. Will be executed if an exception inside try block. Else will be executed if there is no exception inside try block. And next one, cleanup code will be executed whether exception raised or not. Okay, or handled or not. This is the syntax. Of try except finally else. But here the order is important. First of all, we have to write try, after except, after else, after finally. The order is important here. Okay. Let's see an example program for else block with try except finally. Let's see here. I'm writing a try block, print, try block, print, try block, print, try block. Next, except, print, except block, Next, I'm using else, print else block, else block. Okay, finally print finally block, finally block. Let's see here. So first of all, try block is executed. Try block. There is no exception in try block. So then else block is executed. Else block after finally block is executed. Okay, try block, else block, finally block is the answer. Okay, if an exception occur in try block, if an exception occur in try block 10 by 0. If an exception occur in try block, 10 by 0 is the answer. 10 by 0 is an exception. So automatically except block will be executed. Except block. So try block, except block, then finally block is the answer. There is no chance to execute both blocks at a time. Both blocks at a time. So try block, okay, except block, finally block. Okay. This is about try else block with try except finally. Okay. So finally I will tell an example program for try except block. Try except block. X is equal to int of input of enter x value. Enter x value. Y is equal to int of input of enter y value. Y value. Okay. If an exception occur in try block, the try block execute. The try block. If an exception occur in try block, it will move on to the except block. The first except block is 0 division error. 0 division error. In 0 division error, I am writing something that is nothing but y is equal to int of input of second number can't be 0. Either y value can't be 0. Y value can't be 0. Can't be 0. Okay. Please give another number. Please give another number. Now print x by y. Okay. Either if it is a value error, okay, then enter here, just print some message, print please give inputs, in integer form. Again you have to give both integers, that is nothing but x is equal to and next y is equal to. Then you have to perform division for both. Okay, division. That's it. Just execute this program once. So here I am giving 10, 2. The answer is executed successfully. After that I am performing 10, 3. Okay. After that 10, 0. Y value can't be 0. Please give another number. So 3. 3.333 is the answer. Okay. So for example, I am giving in some int string. Please give inputs in integer form only. 10, 2. Okay. So it is an example program for handled. It's an alternative code. It is an alternative code. Okay. So we are giving an alternative code. Okay. That is nothing but exception handling. So here the concepts of exception handling. So Now exception handling topic is completed. Okay. So what is an exception? What is an exception? Okay, an unwanted or unexpected thing is happen. An unwanted and unexpected thing is happen. So which disturbs the normal flow of program. That is nothing but exception. That is nothing but exception. So here, what is exception handling? We are providing an alternative way to the problem. That is nothing but exception handling. So we can solve exception handling by using the topic of try except blocks. Okay. So up to now, exception handling topic is also completed. Okay. So in the next session, I will tell about InfoTQ questions. Please watch that questions. Okay. It will help to your exams. Okay. So if you have any doubts, please post on comment section. Okay. Thanks for watching.